Okay, so I am driving us to Savannah because my sweet husband forgot his driver's license. So I was going to be the passenger princess, but now I'm the driver. That's okay. I love driving, so it's no big deal. It'll take us like 3 hours to get to Savannah. We're in Charlotte. We just visited with some high school friends of ours and met their 2 babies. I didn't vlog that just like for their privacy, but I'm going to be vlogging our trip in Savannah starting now. So wish us safe driving, and I'll see you in Savannah. We made it to Savannah, and this is our beautiful hotel room at the Perry Lane Hotel. It was recommended to me by my girlfriend Valentine because apparently it has an amazing rooftop bar. So we'll be checking that out later, but first we're gonna go take a little walk around and see what all the fuss is about. The cat cafe, so cute. We are in, what was it called?
Chippewa Square.
Chippewa Square in Savannah, which is famous because this is where Forrest Gump sat on one of the benches in Forrest Gump, which is like one of our favorite movies. I think it's one of everyone's favorite movies because it's so iconic and it's just such a sweet, feel-good movie. So we're gonna sit down and linger here a while because it is so sweet. I don't know if you can see all the trees and the Spanish moss. It's amazing. This is the background for Forrest Gump when they're sitting on the bench with the box of chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates. Hayden was like, I wish we had a box of chocolates so that we could redo the shot. But actually there's no, obviously you can see there's no bench there. It was just a prop. They don't have it anymore. But Hayden wants me to try and take a picture of him. Look, Hayden's walking around because he wants me to try and take a picture of him sitting on the retaining wall so it looks like Forrest Gump. So we'll see how that goes.
Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
One of the favorite parts of our everyday, I'm not sure if this is relatable or embarrassing, is getting into bed and looking at reels, sending each other reels. Mostly actually Hayden sends me reels and forces me to watch them before bed. But it's actually a really nice little routine that we have because I love to laugh. I love to laugh. On the drive here, we listen to stand-up comics. We do that a lot on long drives. So I love to laugh, and it's a nice way to end the day, just with a little laugh. So actually, thank you, honey, for sending me 40,000 reels every day. I appreciate it. Savannah, day 2. We are on the hunt for, what is it called? Collins Quarter, I think it's called. And it is like a very well-known brunch place here. There's probably gonna be a line, but it doesn't matter. We're big brunch people. Where we come from, brunch is like the meal that you go out for. So we're ready to stand in line, and then we're gonna go on like a hop-on, hop-off tour of Savannah. Did you just hear that? My husband just said it's nothing compared to Beacon Hill, which is the park that we have in our city. And like we were here for maybe 20 minutes when he goes, it's nothing compared to Victoria. So we know where his bias is.
It's actually pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay. It is very magical. We are doing a Savannah tour on a trolley, which is like super, super cute. And apparently it's very detailed with like the history and everything, which is great because I'm a history geek and I always want to know everything about every place we visit. So it's hop on, hop off. Hopefully it's really good. And I'm excited to learn a little bit more about Savannah. We're in North Beach on Tybee Island, which is close to Savannah. I came here almost 10 years ago with a girlfriend on my road trip around America, and I remembered it being super cute. Just behind me, you can see the lighthouse, and then behind me over here is the Garrison, and we're gonna check it out. I love having a car when I travel because you get to see just further afield and you have so much freedom, and I love that. So we're gonna check this out. It's actually a beautiful day, but it's really, really cold. Like, it's as cold as it would be up in Canada. So I might end up having to wear Hayden's jacket, but I'm quite excited to check out the beach. You can hear all the birds. It's absolutely lovely. I think they're all asleep.
There's one in the water there.
Look at how many. They're cuddling for warmth because it's so cold today. That is so cute. I never thought I'd say that alligators are cute. See the crocodiles or alligators back here? This is like the most weird spot that I've ever been to, I swear to God. It's just very kitschy. It's very fun. We had half a brisket sandwich and it was actually not bad. But it's definitely like you're here for the alligator experience. There's not really any here. We wanted to feed them, but it's too cold, so they actually won't eat because they are so cold that they won't waste the energy on digesting, which is kind of fascinating. I honestly quite like alligators. One of my best friends growing up I used to call baby alligator. Okay, I've been really bad at vlogging today, but honestly not really bad because I have done not really anything that's worthy of vlogging. Hayden went golfing this morning while I worked, and then he came back. We went for a drink at a rooftop called The Grove, which honestly was not very cinematic, so I took a little film of us working there for a minute, but it wasn't that cute. And then we went back, Hayden had a nap, and I continued to work. Some days as a writer, that's just how it goes. You just have to work, and I'm really in the zone with my book, so it honestly didn't perturb me. I feel like we've seen Savannah a decent amount. Now we're out walking and see all the beautiful flowers. We're going to a restaurant called The Gray, which I'm really excited about because when I was food blogging, we went to The Gray when it first opened, and I interviewed them. And now Mashamba Bailey, who is the head chef, actually won the James Beard Award for Best Chef in America. So it feels very cool to go back now when she has all this acclaim after I interviewed her so many years ago. So we'll see if she remembers me. But even if she doesn't, we're doing a chef's tasting menu, which will be really amazing. And I'm quite excited that this is the last thing that we're kind of doing in Savannah before we head to Charleston tomorrow. Okay, I had sorbet at the restaurant we went to, and I hate sorbet because it's the poor man's dessert for people who are allergic to dairy. So we stumbled across a Ben & Jerry's. And I got a non-dairy sundae. It's like 1,200 calories, but I'm not gonna eat it all. And it looks really good. It's our last night in Savannah, so obviously we're watching Forrest Gump in bed to wrap up the day because it's actually set, well, some of it is set in Savannah, and the spot where they have the bench, obviously Hayden and I went to see, and he did his own little version of Life is Life, like a box of chocolates. So it's a great way to round out the trip, and we had a really nice time in Savannah. We didn't have a great meal tonight, which made me really sad because obviously we went to a place that I'd been to before and really enjoyed 10 years ago, but I saw that Mashamba Bailey wasn't even actually in the restaurant tonight cooking, so maybe that had something to do with it. We had the chef's tasting menu and it just maybe wasn't to our taste as well. But then they gave me sorbet, as I already said, for dessert, and I hate sorbet. It's like what they give every person who's allergic to dairy for dessert, and it's just so disappointing for a dessert, especially for a girl who like loves chocolate and stuff, and I just never get chocolate or like anything really exciting for dessert, so I was sad. That left a bad taste in my mouth. But last night I didn't take any videos because I was honestly just kind of enjoying with my husband, but we went to a place called Alligator Soul and it was amazing. We had alligator fritters and for appetizer, and then I had a kangaroo steak, as in like an actual kangaroo steak, and I think it was the best steak I've ever had in my life. It was incredibly delicious and tender and amazing. So I'm sorry if that offends anyone, any vegetarians or anything, but I was very excited to try the kangaroo, and I'd had alligator before, but I enjoyed them both. It was amazing. I would definitely recommend Alligator Soul and Old Pink House for dinner. The gray I would not recommend, and we also didn't like Collins Quarter, which everyone recommended to us for brunch. Again, maybe it was an off day, maybe we ordered the wrong food, but we quite thoroughly didn't enjoy it. So we've had a couple whiffs on food, which I'm a moody food eater, so my poor husband has to deal with me when I have a bad meal. But in general, we had some great food. We really enjoyed Savannah.